Awakening after 50. It's probably not what you think. Oh, the beautiful soul. Awakening after 50. Are you going through it? There's moments of pure clarity. There's moments of questioning. There's moments of doubting. There's moments of wondering, what the hell's going on? Why are you here? There's moments of looking out there and seeing all the fuckery and going, oh my God, what's this about? And maybe if you're like me, it's kind of like the Truman Show in a sense. You start questioning, but everyone around you, or a lot of people around you, are still going about life. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? That's just the way it is. Yeah. And you can't really talk to many people sometimes, a lot of the times, or you can talk to them a little bit, but then only so far, and you're like, no, there's got to be more. There's something, you feel it, right? And you're going on YouTube and you see all these young kids, and you're like, well, they get it, or they've got something going on, or so it's all these questions and wondering, and the conversations that you have don't feel, I don't want to use the word good, but maybe authentic, or you're wondering, there's got to be more. Did I come? Why did I come here? And is life just about working and paying bills and having a career and raising kids, and then what? Or maybe you've had a lot of struggles, and now you're at this age, over 50, where you're questioning, wondering why some people go about life and they're happy and other people don't, and all these things, right? And we are each our own reality. If there's 8 billion people, or however many people they say that's on planet Earth, everyone's got their own reality. And then there's the collective. And what's probably going on for you is you're starting to pull away from the collective, which is really good. And you're just questioning. You're feeling maybe unfulfilled. Life's passing you by. You've worked hard, and maybe you have a house and things to show for it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you've had a lot of struggles. And it's just not making sense anymore. And I've been there. I know. I've been down rabbit holes way long before the pandemic. I had to understand a lot of things, I guess. I had too much of an analytical mind going on. But rabbit holes of all kinds of things. And I couldn't figure out why there was so much, I'm going to use this word, but evil and stuff like that going on. How'd come they get away with bullshit? And if it was you or me, we'd probably be slapped in orange jumpsuits and locked up for a long time. And I'm like, things just didn't make sense. I didn't understand what do you mean we got to work 40 hours a week for, and then I worked in film for a few years, and I was working 60-hour weeks, 12-hour days. And when I quit, because my body couldn't handle it, I was in my late 40s, and it was hard work. People would say, yeah, but you had it made. And I'm like, had it made? Okay, yeah, I was doing good financially, but I had no life. I mean, on the weekends, what do? You do some laundry, and you're so tired, and you can't do anything through the week because the hours were 7 to 7, so you had no life. I had no life. And that's when I think I really started questioning things and wondering what this life is about. And I spent years trying to also fix myself. I got to heal myself. I got to fix myself. You know, I grew up in a chaotic, dysfunctional family. A lot of us did. But it doesn't, the experiences don't define us. Unless, of course, we let it. I love my morning coffee. I don't care if it's good for me or bad for me anymore. I just decide, whoops, I moved the table, that I'm going to enjoy life and things that allow me to enjoy life. Because that's where I'm at this age and stage in my life. You know, eat this, don't eat that, do this, don't do that. The American dream, it's like, whoa, talk about programming. And that's where a lot of us have fallen into. We wake up 45, 55, 65 and go, WTF. So I spent years trying to heal or fix myself, and there is no healing. We all have experiences that is in our perceived past, because in time, space, reality, there is no time, but there's time here in this game on planet Earth, so that we feel like we're going through stages, right? We're born, child, teenager, adult, etc. And when I look back over my past, I can see patterns that I've picked up. And once I became aware of them, I said, well, I don't need to hold that anymore, because I get to select new from the moment of now. So I'm a little all over the place here, but I'll bring it together. When we start waking up, we're really questioning who we are, what's this life about, and is there more? Is there something else? Why do some people struggle? Some people have it all. And to me, it's a game now. It's a game of remembering who I am, the truth of me. So all the experiences I had, as an example, as a childhood, growing up in a dysfunctional family, so to say, is experiences, but for a long time I identified with them. I made it about me, that somehow I was messed up, somehow I wasn't good enough, somehow blah, blah, blah. And I carried that identity around for quite a few years. And as I started really, truly understanding what life's about in reality creation, I mean, we never really fully figured it out. If we did, it would be, I don't know, so far, might not be here anymore. But anyways, is I get to choose who I'm being every minute of the day, because there's only now. And I know when I've heard that many times in my life, but there's only now. What does that mean? I get to choose. No, this is me. But that's not how reality is. So I'm going to give you an analogy, and this may help. I mean, we've got so many labels for it. God, universe, source, the divine, one, the field. Let's take the field. If we are God particles, if we are spiritual beings having a human experience, see, they don't teach you this stuff in school, because then you'd be empowered. Then you'd be more in control, and they want to control you. That's why there's so much fear-mongering and other stuff going on. But anyways, so it's an energy. It's a you can call it a frequency, a vibration. To me, when we say that, everything is energy. Frequency, which is a vibration, is to me information, so that from spirit to matter, it knows what form to take. Okay? Because if you look around, I mean, I've got so many beautiful plants and everything, but underneath it all, everything is energy. Everything. Even this chair I'm sitting in, if they were to put a piece of it under a microscope, they can see that it's still moving, it's oscillating, it's vibrating. So even though it appears solid and sturdy in this 3D reality, it's still energy at its core. So our reality is malleable because of that. Who I decide to be through my thoughts and feelings and then actions is projected out, because I'm a walking antenna. It's vibrating out. Okay? So that's information for reality to reflect it back, because reality is nothing but a mirror, a feedback loop of who we are being. So if you're going through that awakening, that's good, because you're the one in control, whether you believe it or not. You are, always. So when I started selecting new, when I understood who I was being, because I had this reality that, I'll be honest, I didn't like. I really didn't like. I struggled. I always felt not good enough. I had great moments down, because I let reality tell me who I was. And when I started saying, No, that's not it. This is who I am now. Because I had a dream that I kept living over here, and the dream was here. Because I thought I was separate, because I thought I was not good enough, because I thought I could never do it. I blah, blah, blah. But when I started understanding that my reality is me, I am my reality, and embodying the state of being that lived that version. So I got really clear on what I didn't want, which is really easy, right? I know what I don't want. What do I want? Well, I had so little faith and confidence in myself that I could barely make a list because I didn't think anything was possible. And the truth is, everything is possible, because back to the field, you are the field. And what you're projecting out, what you are focused on, you're bringing light to. And this all is through the Bible. I don't read the Bible, but I do follow someone that gives a metaphysical perspective on quotes from the Bible, and it's kind of mind-blowing. I'm thinking maybe I should start reading it. But what you bring light to, becomes your reality. So if you're going through an awakening, good, keep going. And start becoming aware of your self-talk. You know, this, oh, well, I'm not good at that. I can never do that. You know, I had this experience, so I've got to heal this because now I'm really messed up. If you believe that, then you're right. You're always proven right, because reality, that's its job, is to prove you right. That's the mirror. That's the feedback loop. So as you're going through this awakening and you think you're kind of crazy, keep going, because what you're doing is there's the ego side of you, the conscious side of you, and the subconscious side of you. Well, it's all the same, but you're constantly imagining through your thoughts and feelings and your imagination probably things you don't like or want, or you're questioning. And when you learn to know that you are your reality, because you're awakening, you might be awakened already and go, hell yeah, you start refocusing and using this to your advantage, because it's your superpower. If you're thinking these thoughts, well, I can't, I'm not, you got to break pattern. I am, I can, I have, because that's all the universe knows. I am not, I have not. It doesn't care. It's neutral. It's just reflecting back to you what you are giving it. That's all it can do. That's why it has to prove you right all the time. So if you're going through an awakening, get clear. Get clear on what you don't want. Decide what you do want. Decide. That's the power. Decide. Give it to yourself. As within, so without. Because you are the one that's the powerful operant of your reality. Yes, you are perfect, whole, and complete at your core. It doesn't matter what happened to you in the past unless you think it does. It really does work that way. You are not your experiences. Don't let them define you. Do not let the 3D reality bitch slap you around in any way. You decide and make it your bitch. That's how it works. And I think that's part of the awakening for all of us, when we start waking up and realizing, whoa, there's more, there's something else, something's off here, something's wrong. I mean, their playbook out there, different face, different place, but it's always the same energies. Like, just think about, so I don't even pay attention to out there anymore, because I know my reality is contained to my 5 senses. What I can see, hear, feel, taste, and touch makes it real. But that's just my reality. That's why they inundate us with all this news and blah, 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 blah. We have no idea really what's going on. That's why I like to keep it into my reality. And you may think that, oh, you've got your head in the sand. No, I'm aware of what's going on, but I'm not engaged in it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm so tired of the fuckery, because that's what it is. You know, and it's all about division. If you've got a side, then you're part of that division. Same bird, different wing. So, as within, so without. So go in. What brings you joy? What do you want to be doing? Because this is our life, my reality. Why would I waste my time focused on what other people are doing, comparing or judging, or I'm letting everybody else have their reality while I have mine. And we're all right. So that's part of what the awakening is. Sorry, I got one of the dogs here. Is knowing you are so much more, because you are. At the core of your being, you are perfect, whole, and complete. This is just the avatar you're playing. And the more you glow up from the inside out, that's what radiates out. And you know those people when they walk into a room, they just emanate this confidence, this power, this self-love, this joy, this kindness, because they know who they are. And that's really what awakening is remembering who you are. You're amazing. And your job is to really embody that, because that is the real truth. You are perfect, whole, and complete at the core. Life is created by me, for me, through me, not to me. To me is victim consciousness, and we're not victims here. So, especially after 50, we've done a lot, we've seen a lot, we've maybe changed a lot, and life just keeps getting better and better and better. That's my perspective now, regardless of what's going on out there. So I hope that helps. If you're awakening, if you're after 50, anywhere near that stage, keep going. Keep going. We're here to remember who we are. So on that note, thank you for being here, and have a super fantastic day.